too hands-on because there's a lot of new features that allow you to build products, that allow you to partition a lot of data. And by partition, I mean, but the front end is making an easy way for your consumer to buy from you and get the data they want. So Stripe is set up.
Yeah, it works. I tested it. It took weeks, seemed like, to get them to do anything. But
so the first thing I would recommend you do to get the process going for authorize.
Just to clarify, because I have Stripe set up already and I tested it and it's working. I submitted that questionnaire. Do I need to call that guy still?
No.
Okay.
But if for any reason Stripe shuts your account down, and actually transfer the secure credit card numbers directly into authorize and continue rebilling. And that's something I learned I didn't have set up the first time. Okay. So I had like $20,000 in recurring on Stripe. They shut it down, and then basically I had no recurring when I started on authorized, but there is an ability to transfer it within like a 2-week period. Important to keep in mind.
Yeah, I submitted the questionnaire D, finally got that approved, and then it was saying something about storing credit cards, so I had a request approval for that. Yeah, so it's up and working now. Took forever, but
let's go over to white label quickly. I just want to see everything, what your domain is. This is how you like it. You have the landing page, data on demand, all set up how you want. So this is advocate data. This is on GoHighLevel, and then same thing, log in. Just routes right over. That would work, not a problem. And then if you want to add, these are already in here, so if people click around them, they end up on different places. So now that you have all this set up, all these pages, merchant, there's a second domain you can white label now, which is the marketplace. So this is where all your individual data products show up, like Shopify. So think of it as like a Shopify, but for data. You're able to pre-package things so people can buy it, and then you can send them the links directly. This link allows them to purchase the list, and you can choose to show the list in advance. You can add details about the list. That's the data story.
So for my use case, just for an example, if they want to do reverse mortgages, and I just put together a list of, people over 65 or whatever, then they could just purchase the list.
Yes. So you would go to marketplace after you get that data store on an A type.
Okay.
And then you would click on data store right here. It says create data store. These are actually data products. You're talking a specific industry. So what industry were you talking about?
It would be mortgages, lending.
So you can make categories and you can make subcategories. If it doesn't exist, you have to create it in advance. Go to create data store. I'm going to select my categories first, homes and lending, name it.
Reverse mortgage search, 65 plus.
And obviously you can name this however you want and describe it. So
there's not a way to do LTV in here, is there? They would have to have 50% equity.
So, okay. So no, but that's where you come in. So we can say this is a data set of people who were searching mortgages in 2025 and are over the age of 65.
And we could really set it up to actually search that, or intent.
Yes. So we've collected probably over all of 2025, like 25 billion different searches. We're not really doing the intent up to date anymore. On the aged intent's actually working better, because people who are looking up for a mortgage today are more likely than not nowhere even close in the pipeline.
Sure.
Looking up a year ago.
What about we're starting like a solar sales team? Is the solar intent inside that you already have the pull list? Is that pretty good intent leads for solar?
Solar lead brick is definitely better if it's in your area. Those are all age form fills. People from 3 years ago that buy from me every week to recycle those, reuse them, and they still get hits all the time. Definitely the best. The solar intent is good, but people who are on their power utility website paying their bill may have clicked the link on how to save money on electricity. Now solar intent, you follow? So that's why it's a little better if they're newer or older in the pipeline, because these people from the intent probably have been getting calls about being in this list from not just us, but other people and other ecosystems. So they're fully educated on solar now. Like all these people who've been bombarding them for 6 months have educated for the most part, I think.
Are you saying this brick right here?
So this is reverse. Let me see your screen.
Yeah, I'll go back to what we're doing.
Yeah, you're correct. That brick right there. So let's finish this part up real quick. But yes. So I have to make sure all these databases are assigned to you. I know they're near completion of, but right now you have to select one by one when you were to make a data product. In the near future, you'll be able to select multiple bricks at the same time. So that way you don't have to do it one by one. So there's multiple reverse mortgages since May 2025. We were doing it nearly every single week for a year. And
So you're already searching these.
yeah, so we've already done this.
Oh, cool.
But now's the key point. So this is a list of anyone who ended up in that potential topic. That can be a 25-year-old looking on how they can afford $1 million mansion with a click of a link to be on this list. So then this is the reason the data store exists. People have a difficulty thinking about all this. That's where you come in, because now you're able to go through some of this for them and think in advance. Reverse mortgage, what you were saying, we already know the age you want to do 65, right? That's an easy one. But
Yeah.
the second thing was 50% of their mortgage is paid. What would be a strong indicator? Married, not married. Maybe married's an issue because they're probably divorced, because 50% of people are divorced by the time they're 50. The things like that's where you come in and you're the engineer. And why are these people on this list? Well, because they looked for this, and these are the additional filters I did that you didn't have to think about. So
Cool.
work, income, homeowner, obviously we'll hit Y, but we can automatically assume probably these people are homeowners. Most of the 25% that were moved probably had NA. Doesn't mean they weren't homeowners, just meant it didn't have a Y for yes.
What's a good amount per contact to charge?
What other services are you making money on? Is this like your lead magnet to get people in? I would try to make as much as you can off of this and offer anything in GoHighLevel at cost. So that way they don't feel like they're paying you for texting. So when it's like, why is my texting banned? Well,
Yeah.
to help you with that, because
I think I've gone like full circle in this. I was setting up my GoHighLevel, and then we were like building out these custom CRMs for people, which was taking forever, and we're just not making as much money as I think we should be with all the resources and skills I have. Pivoted, and we're just going to do our own internal sales team and start using the data to start making money today instead of like helping these other companies make money. But what I wanted to do was just start like packaging some of this stuff up and just selling it and making money off, whether it's, the storm data, and I'm just like, have a pre-built snapshot that they can use and then buy the data. I think maybe not the easiest sell, but like I have all the tools to be making money off the data or GoHighLevel or whatever. I haven't put it together probably quick enough to launch, but I already have a big database of like mortgages, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Nexa, but Nexa is kind of like I forget what it's called, but where you can recruit people under you. So a lot of people sign up for Nexa to do their mortgages. They make way more money, but you can also create a downline and recruit people under you. Any mortgages they close, you're just going to make money anyways. And so I was setting up a mortgage CRM, so any of the recruits could just come and plug in, pay the $200 a month. They have like a pre-built, snapshot for lending, but I was going to add this as a way for them to just pull leads, and I don't have to like monitor it or update their CRM or anything like that. But I think there's so many possible use cases with this, and that's why I've been excited to like connect with you, and I appreciate all the extra time you've spent. There's so many opportunities with having data and then, a system to be able to market to them.
Well, one simple thing to do with these data products is when you do have someone in your CRM, you can just have them make an account, you can activate it, and you can add credits directly to their account. Instead of having to use the regular dashboard, what you can then do is provide, right now I didn't put a price on credits for this, but you can add the cost of credits for this actual data product and just make the cost of their credits equal to what this costs, and then they can just click purchase and they load right into it instantly.
What do you mean by that? What it cost?
You sell credits, and credits unlock different data packages. We make one credit equal to the same amount. We don't do any weird conversions, but technically you can get all weird with what the credits are equal to and whatnot.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
So part of my package, I get 250,000 credits, which I'm not even coming close to using.
You can make packages that are 250,000. You can make 10 packages that are 250,000. And if someone buys one, well, you can still have the packages up but you don't have the credits to sell them. Automatically charge you if you want to then reload the credits for someone to then buy the next set from you. But you can have all the products made in advance without the credits. If you want to make 2,000 products.
Oh, dude, you're talking a way bigger game than I was even thinking.
Then someone comes in, because the good thing is if anyone messages you real quick, hey, I need this, hey, I need this, hey, I need this, hey, I need this. This is your home base now. This is your shelf. So it's like, oh, let me grab this off the shelf, boom, roofing.
It's like my inventory.
Exactly. And then look, this is 40,000 rows and it costs 1,000 credits. What are you selling a credit? 2 cents, 3 cents. So 3 cents would be $30. No, $300.
What would you say is a good percent cost for them to buy this stuff?
So the way I've been able to directly relate how I increase costs is how much work do they need me to do in their account getting the data. I have a guy that just paid me. He's a long-term client. He used to pay me 10 cents a record for years, but he always wanted me to do a lot of custom stuff, cleaning it, reviewing it, blah, blah, blah. He came back yesterday and bought 50,000 records for $1,500, which is much more than what we sell on Avocadata. On Avocadata, we sell 30,000 records for $229. The difference is nothing to do with the system. He didn't even want to make an account. He didn't want to put his credit card in himself. He wanted me to put his credit card in, and he wanted me to get data for him. I took my time. I said, listen, this is the package. If you want me to spend 2 hours doing it, this is what I'm going to charge you. We'll get you 1,320, but he was okay with that. So there are some clients that are prima donnas, I call them, and they have no problem spending the money. Just add yourself getting the data for them. And what's in between there?
Dude.
People who know what they're doing entirely and never need your help touching them, talking to them.
I don't feel like that's very many people.
You'll find some, and they end up turning. So what I found actually is those clients, but once you help them and you don't get mad at them and you're a little bit patient, they don't cancel. Like you see how I'm working with you. Now imagine if you were all pissed off and angry. After I met with you 3 times in 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks doing this, you wouldn't be angry anymore. And those people have ended up paying us $6,000 because they've been subscribed a year. And originally they were people I would avoid.
Yeah.
So my whole philosophy is still very conflicting because I tell the people on our sales team, like, don't get too upset at these people because they turn out to be the best clients.
No, dude, I've never been an upset client, but dude, I appreciate you've gone above and beyond with me already. So the place where I'll probably make the most money isn't this. Not that it's not the white label where they can buy the list, it's the data store.
Yeah, so it all ties in together. So when they buy this list, actually, it ends up in their system, and you can hide all this stuff. We're setting it up where you can just make it like a funnel, and then they would just see their data product here. So here's the 10,000 you already filtered, and just download and not have to do anything. Move it to their CRM.
Is there a way that they can set their account up to sync directly to GoHighLevel?
Yes. So all within your white label accounts, like their sub accounts, let's say your business name here, they can go to their account, configure GoHighLevel right here. GoHighLevel, I know, has made changes with the integration 2.0 or 3.0. So just look at how they do that. You have to do it through the private integrations now. And you can also sell emails. So let's say your client is using it in their CRM, and your client can pay you extra money a month if someone wants to pay them for the list that they bought to then email it to one of these sub lists. You know what I mean? So you can sell them slots to resell their leads from their purchase list section if they want to, or if you want.
Okay. And so what a good starting off cost per lead? I know you said depending on how much work it is, industry standard, just to start off, like 2 or 3 cents a contact, or like just depends.
So there is another metric too, which is list limit. If people want to, for instance, you're going to find people who are like, all right, you gave me 1,000 leads for $100 or $200, whatever the case is. I want to be able to download them all at once. That's something you can upcharge to, technically, to add extra money per record. But people come in and like, I want to download 50,000 records at once instead of 1,000 at once. Well, we're like, okay, we're going to charge you 2 cents a record now, and people pay it usually.
Yeah, and then I have the ability, because I was limited to 5,000.
So you have the ability with that 5 to be able to resell any list limit under 5. thousand. So
Okay.
make a package for the list. Because for instance, not Zoom Info, Apollo and Seamless AI, they only let you download 25 records at a time, and they charge you 5 cents a record. It's insanely expensive, and it is not a fun system, or, with all the time in life, takes forever. Apollo is pretty similar, but then you look at Lab, they're charging 1 penny. I don't know what their price still is, but it was like 1 penny a record, 5 million records, $5,000, I think it was. But then you also have to take the value of, okay, what type of support are you giving? Are you going to meet with these people for 20 minutes a week just to talk with them, not to like be a therapist almost? Like coach. You're not going to actually do the work for them, but you are there to coach them. I hate the word coach, but if it's free and included, then it makes sense, I would say. And that's kind of what gets people to stay subscribed, is they don't want to be doing it alone. They don't want to feel alone.
It's like an office hours kind of thing, even, or just hopping on like you are.
Bingo. And now I've been starting to tell people, even on the 149 plan, hey, we'll meet with you 15 minutes, 2 weeks into it, just to go over questions concerned.
Sure.
And you're using your software, it's free, blah, blah, blah. And people, 15 minutes, $150 plus the actual software and credit they're getting.
Yeah.
They don't want to cancel, because there's a little, you need the hand touch, the hand feel, because that's how Salesforce does it. Except Salesforce does it with big customers, but I that's the one thing I've noticed with all these companies that are huge. They do actually pull their pants down and bust their ass doing like what I'm doing with you, but for only very massive enterprise customers.
Yeah.
But they don't skip it. So that, like, my brain has always been like, we have to make a system where we can skip this. But over the years, I've been realizing that's actually not how it works. Snowflake, they have dedicated consulting teams that there's a payment to them, but it's affordable. So consulting is a very important service, I think, that everyone needs to figure out how to integrate, because as you get more of these cheaper clients, you'll have more that want to pay for consulting, and then your price for consulting goes up. That's why this guy that paid for the 50,000 records to test is buying 1 million, and he's paying 10 grand for 1 million. But I'm doing a lot of the hand holding with him. And then those are the clients that make the difference, where I have to pay myself something this month.
And one of the coaches, I pay for like a GoHighLevel automations coach. He does his office hours 3 days or 4 days a week to like help with stuff for more of the agency side. And he always says the same thing, like, dude, spend the uptime front getting them embedded in the system to where they don't ever go away.
Yeah. It's the addiction level. I mean, you have to think like the gambling websites, sports gambling websites. It's the same philosophy. Easy GoHighLevel is not easy with dashboards, though. That's one thing.
Yeah. With me starting to get involved with, because I got Cloud Code set up, and dude, I've like geeked out on that. And then I've integrated it with, because I've been using Lovable to build out some of these, my own proprietary tools. And I was like, dude, you could almost get away from GoHighLevel altogether. Some of the stuff you don't even need, or for some of these tools, and then you can just have more customization if you know how to do it.
I used to think and tell people GoHighLevel is not replaceable, and that is entirely wrong. I've been
checking myself on that, because I'm like, dude, am I being arrogant in this thought process? But I was like, man, I'm like building this claim adjuster CRM, and I'm like, God, man, I almost think I should just build it separately.
It should be. It definitely should be.